We are sailing Ramona, and today we are setting off to a small island in the Japan Inland Sea.
Can you see the bridge we're going to go under?
We went to check out a sea station. What we found was a secret cruiser's paradise. And much more than that. We are back in the land of the rising sun after buying our Ingrid 38 sailboat in the US. Holy she's not meant to fly. Which we will soon be sailing back here, Japan.
Before we dive into Season 2, the refit,
Ta-da!
we want to show you what's going on in the Japanese waters. Since our sailboat is still landlocked in the US, it's through friends that we get to sail here.
It's a dream come true.
Today, we are cruising in the Seto Inland Sea, a waterway connecting the Pacific to the Sea of Japan. Notice the small dots of land sprinkled all over the map? There are actually almost 3,000 islands, and many are uninhabited.
It's a relatively shallow body of water with an average depth of 38 meters. In most parts of the world, cruisers anchor out away from land and use their dinghy to get to shore. Japan, however, has built a vast infrastructure for its fishing industries, which are free for cruisers to use. That's right, free. Unlike marinas, you are at the mercy of the tides, which can often swing more than 2 meters. Boats are a lot lower than they were when we left. Sailors here always have a ladder on board for this very reason. This morning the boat was level with this wall.
Currents in narrow openings can get strong.
It's all flowing in from the Seto Inland Sea into the Pacific Ocean, basically. It's pulling the water actually out of the Seto Inland Sea, basically.
So to sail here, you have to practice what Japanese call shiomachi, waiting for the tide.
So we're on our way to Nihama Marina, and it's pouring down rain. And we're hoping that we can stay at a Umi no Eki, which is kind of a unique thing in Japan, and we'll tell you more about it. They still have payphones in Japan. When was the last time you used a payphone?
Years ago in Japan.
But you're so young.
What can I say? I love all things.
What's so funny? I don't get the joke. Julia wants this Namakurim Iri. Auto magic? Wait, we only got one?
You said...
It's okay, I have a chocolate croissant in the car. That's for me.
Well, you know what? We can share a little bit from each other. I can take a bite from yours and you can take a bite from mine. What do you think?
I think it's an idea. We got Lowell here, tending to his foot.
Playing beach volleyball. Guy's a third my age.
You would think he took a hammer to it. Let's take a look. So is this going to be an episode about first aid kits?
Maybe.
Lowell has been an inspiration for our own journey to cross the Pacific.
I'm Lowell Sheppard. I'm on board sailing vessel Wahine at Gibbsea 402, and together we form Pacific Solo. It's my goal to cross the North Pacific before I'm 70 years old. I'm 67 now, but for the last year I've been on a training voyage around Japan preparing for that.
We recommend you check out our one and only podcast, where you can hear all about it.
And I didn't know at the time how much water I was taking in. All I knew is I couldn't sail fast enough to get to port before storm. So Coast Guard came and rescued me.
Although he's usually sailing solo, today he let us join for a weekend trip to Yuge Island.
Okay, that's good. Anytime you feel comfortable, hop on board.
In the time when trade exclusively transited by boat, these natural ports were bursting with traffic, which gave rise to private navies called Suigun, basically pirates. Sometimes they were considered to be public enemies, but in most cases they were granted self-governance due to their strength.
Remember Shiomachi? Back then, when vessels were engineless, they had to time Shiomachi and Kazemachi in order to sail these waters. Traders, fishermen, and pirates alike relied only on the force of nature and accurate timing to help their vessels through.
It is exciting to think that you're sailing the same waters that these ancient pirates once ruled. And I wonder how many of those beautiful wooden boats lie in the depths. Whoa!
A little nerve-wracking.
But you did it!
Yeah. How's it going so far, Lowell?
This is a beautiful day. And even I have beautiful people on board.
What's the highlight so far?
You know, the highlight is that we were able to turn the engine off, and we got about an hour and a half of sailing until we got into the shipping channels. But it's near perfect conditions. We probably have about 6-7 knots of wind. We were sailing at 4.5-5 knots. And we're going to find my first island port
Really?
in Seto Naikai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been, main island so far.
First small island port.
Yeah.
The thing about Japan is that you really have to pay attention to several factors. For one, you have lots of...
Lots of what?
Seaweed.
Oh.
Also, fishing nets, boats of all sizes.
There you go. Can you see that?
It's on its way out, I think. I can see a wake.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Sorry, there's a boat spot, right? Missed that.
He's gonna pass in front of us.
So you really have to be alert.
Tenki desu ne. Pretty good weather.
What kind of boat is it?
Can you see the bridge we're gonna go under?
A little bit.
So evidently the bridge is 20 meters high and we're 19 meters.
No
Hi.
way.
So we're trying to come in low tide just to be safe. But it should make for some good footage. 楽しみです。
Thousands of jellyfishes.
ちょっとギリギリですね。
Do you think we won't hit?
You never know. Distances are difficult and we're at a bad angle, but according to the charts, I'll have at least 2 meters spare.
Looks like plenty of room to my eyes. But don't hold me to it.
Boom!
Plenty of space.
How many meters?
Extra? Probably, yeah, at least 4, I would say.
There's Daniel's boat.
Really?
Is that it?
There he is.
This is interesting too. It's a a catch rig, but both masts are at the same height.
Interesting.
I don't think he's on the boat though.
Oh, really? Indeed, he wasn't. But we met him on land and heard so many interesting stories from him. We ended up recording a podcast that we hope to share with you soon.
So how do I introduce myself? Well, my name's Daniel. I'm a New Zealander. I now live in Japan with my wife and 3 kids.
We're heading to the Uminoeki now.
Do we have to prepare the things that...
The fenders?
The fenders, yeah.
Yep, starboard side. He wants
That
to.
one.
Yep. Shall we do that?
Yeah.
You pull in like that?
It's just kind of weird at the moment. Where is it? Yeah. Navionics got confused for a moment.
So we're at Yugejima,
Yes.
Uminoeki,
Yeah.
and Julia checked it out real quick already and said it's quite a nice facility, so
Good.
see what they got.
Nice floating dock. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
Always the first priority.
no ladders and boards or anything that we need. This is an Uminoeki, or sea station. It falls somewhere between the free mooring and the fishing ports that we mentioned earlier, and proper marinas that most people are used to. It has an English-speaking staff,
First name
Lowell.
and it's very affordable.
2000円 per night.
One night.
The current mayor has a passion for sailing and cycling, and he wanted to build something useful in Yuge Island for both communities. He asked fellow sailors and cyclists what is it that they would like to have when coming here for a quick pit stop. This was the result of everybody's input. It's managed by an amazing entrepreneur couple, Matt and Momo.
Fell in love with the place and roped Momo along. So let's move to Yuge, and then 3.5 years later we're still here. When we first moved here, we didn't have a shower, so we even came down and showered here.
Right.
So it's very useful. The company name is called Kamijima Tours. That's the website, kamijimatours.com. Everyone's welcome. Yeah.
Smells like wood, full of nice people, facilities. Yeah, really great.
So, another yacht just pulled in. This is great because literally 60 seconds from the boat. Shower, laundry, and toilets are open 24 hours a day. There's an air-conditioned lounge to sit in. There's supermarkets nearby, convenience store, and we're going to go off exploring.
They also have pizza and ice cream, which is always a plus.
Yeah.
And what sailing channel are you from?
Sailing Ramona.
Right. But it says Pacific Solo.
Well, you know, we only wear this shirt when we're around him. That's it.
I know.
No, that's not true.
This was a very short trip, but it left a big impression on us. We love the mountain village where we live, but there's something about towns that are close to the sea.
Could be higher, but he doesn't know yet.
Well,
To be determined.
I'm going to come back to my mind.
They have a quiet, peace and charm that it's very unique to them.
I'll be back
next month.
And,
Wind's picking up.
and I remember the next morning getting up and
In Quito, we have the doctor heli that comes. I've seen them come too.
My name is Sam Saito, and I run Shimatabi Yachts.
And that's a 27-foot warm catamaran that he built with his own hands. The design is based on a 2,000-year-old traditional Polynesian sailing canoe. He uses them for a charter business with a mission to revitalize the islands through eco-friendly tourism.
I'm the only one that can get there, so I feel a responsibility to not only clean them up, but also, you know, all that plastic sitting there, it ends up turning into microplastic. It ends up going back into the food. You know, I just feel like it's the right thing to do since I have these kinds of boats.
It's so exciting to see new projects flourishing on this small island. And we can't wait to see what lies ahead for some. It also happened to be the yearly summer Matsuri.
Matsuri in Yuge.
And I've got cleaner dishes and a cleaner boat.
Yeah, see? We try to leave things better than the way we found them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing our drone footage in your video. So, what is the best kept secret? We thought it would be more proof that Japan is an untapped cruiser's paradise.
But Yuge Island was more than that. What we saw here was a rebirth.
The declining population is killing small towns in Japan. But Yuge had so much life. Both old and new villagers have worked together to build a town that anyone would love to live in.
It inspired us to try and do something similar ourselves. So stay tuned for our next video. We have a big announcement to make.
How was the trip? Tell us the highs and the lows.
There were only highs.
You have to come up with a low. 2 highs and 1 low.
We have a Lowell here.
Yeah, we had 1 Lowell. 1 low on the trip.
And now you keep telling us about it.
Well, here we are about to finish our trip. It's sea day here in Japan, so great day to be out on the ocean. And I hope you could see a little bit of what it's like to sail in Japan and sort of why we like it and why we think it's a great place for other people to come visit. それが面白いと思ったらぜひ登録してください。いいねも押してください。ちょっと日本語で何て言うか分かりませんけど、全部押してください。お願いします。